Father Rick here, and I am hanging out just outside of Assisi in a basilica dedicated to St. Mary of the Angels, a beautiful basilica that was built over a little chapel that St. Francis discovered, a chapel called the Portiuncula, or the Little Portion. St. Francis of Assisi found this chapel one day. He was outside the walls of Assisi. It was run down, and he decided to live here. He and his early brothers built little huts around this chapel. They repaired it, and they decided to live here and come together to pray each day in this chapel. He loved this place so much. He and his brothers met Jesus here through the intercession of Our Lady and the holy angels. And his followers knew that he loved the place so much that they held on to it, and in the 16th century began the construction of the big basilica to protect the little chapel. Francis even died here, spending his last hours by the Portiuncula. Oh, that's a cappuccino I had just outside the Portiuncula. Oh my goodness, it was so good. But anyway, I digress. Back to what I want to talk about. These pictures taken from the 1920s and 30s, for this first one gives you an idea of what Mass looked like when it was celebrated around the Portiuncula, which it still is done today. And this other one gives you a shot of that statue of Our Lady that is above St. Mary of the Angels. This statue is huge. It was made of bronze, later painted in gold. And when I first moved to Italy in 1997, earthquakes had rocked the city of Assisi. The facade of the basilica was a little detached, and the statue was wobbly. They weren't sure if it was going to fall. And so the Italians did what they do best. They took this opportunity to turn it into a moment of prayer. They had a prayer service right out there in the piazza. And look at this statue. It's huge. Look at that little dude in the overalls. He must be 5 feet tall, so that makes Mary 30 feet tall. But anyway, they had this a whole little prayer service as they lowered down the statue with the crane. There was songs, there was music, there were prayers, and the bishop preached, and he said, Our Lady is always there watching over us each day of our lives, but in times of most need, in times of crisis, she comes down, and she is right here in our midst. The bishop encouraged the people to pray the rosary every day, to invoke the intercession of Our Lady. She who had said yes to the angel of God has a special role. She's crowned as Queen of heaven and earth, and she will have a special role in our lives if we ask her to. She will lead us into the arms of Christ if we just invoke her each day. So it's a beautiful message given to us by the Bishop of Assisi, and may we take it to heart. And may God give you peace.